280 kilometers from the Chinese border, in the deserts of Kazakhstan.
Okay. 280 kilometers from the deserts of Kazakhstan. Jerry and I wanted to find a place to stay. We found a small Kazakh restaurant for some really nice chicken and duck kebab. After munching on this, the kebab shop owner offered to let us stay in his house for the night. He then went on to ask which route we were taking and how much was left of our journey. We told him that we were taking the traditional Silk Route and that there were 280 kilometers left to reach China. As soon as he heard that, he told us that maybe we should consider taking the newly laid One Belt Chinese road. It was significantly flatter, way faster, and only 170 kilometers long instead of the planned 280. Jerry and I jumped upon that opportunity. After biking for so long, we just really wanted to be done. So we slept that night, woke up super early the next morning, 10:30 a.m., and then the kebab shop owner told us that there was one thing he needed to warn us about. That the road we were about to embark on was through the deserts of Kazakhstan, and that there was going to be no food, no water, and then most importantly, no trees for us to rest under. We've biked before through the deserts. Not for this long, but we've done it. So we thought we had nothing to worry about and got on our bikes. We filled our bags with Snickers. We weren't planning to have lunch that day. One, because there was absolutely no food. But two, because the amount of time it generally takes to digest when we cycle across these long journeys is over 2 hours, and we didn't have that kind of time. We started our journey, and at about 1 p.m., all of the Snickers we had was over. We then started to refill our bottles through the kindness of the strangers who were passing by us. At about 4 p.m., I felt something completely unusual, something that didn't really happen throughout the journey that we embarked on so far. I started to feel dizzy. The road started to swirl, and my head started to wobble. I told Jerry that we needed to stop. In the plain desert of Kazakhstan, I found a small 3-foot shrub, ran towards it, put my head under it, and passed out. 20 minutes later, Jerry splashed some water on my face and woke me up. He gave me some orange juice that he had gathered from the people who were passing by us, and we decided to check the temperature. It was 122 degrees Fahrenheit, about 50 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But we had no other choice but to play some upbeat music, get back on our bikes, and continue biking. At about 8:30 p.m., the sun started to set. We were 130 kilometers in of the planned 170. We had about 2 hours left on our journey for the day, and the sun was of no trace. We put on our headlamps and continued biking. Said 2 hours, we'll reach the Chinese border, and we'll be done. At 10:15 p.m., something started to feel a little bit wrong. We were 166 kilometers in, almost no people, and absolutely no sign of China. We further continued to bike, and at about 10:45 p.m., we were 171 kilometers in, with still no sign of China. We were two teenagers in the middle of the deserts of Kazakhstan, with no water, no food, almost no people. And to top it all off, it started to rain, and there was lightning and thunder. We decided that it wasn't safe for us to continue. So we stopped and waited for somebody to come. Drenched in the rain, about 30 minutes later, 2 huge container trucks came our way. The people who were driving it came out, and then we told them that we were 2 cyclists and that we were lost, that we had no phone signal and we needed to reach the nearest town. We put our bikes in their container trucks, got on them, and made our way. That's when we realized that the road was actually not 170 kilometers long, but 220. They went and dropped us off at a small little town in the border between Kazakhstan and China. I've never felt this before, but things were moving in a blur. My hands were shaking, and I didn't know what actually happened to me. I went up to the receptionist of the small hostel that we found, and I asked her if there was any supermarket around. She told me no. It's 12:15 a.m. I then asked her, is there any restaurant around? She said the same thing. I told her, quickly translating, that we hadn't eaten since 10:30 a.m. and that I felt dizzy. Is there anything we can do? She showed me the number 5, indicating the amount of time I had to wait. She went back home and cooked us a 4-course meal. Chicken dumplings, soup, bread, and tea. Over the summer of 2018, along with 3 other friends, we cycled from Turkey to China, passing by about 4,033 kilometers, around 2,500 miles, across 80 days and 9 countries. We did it to promote intercultural understanding, sustainability, and peace, by sharing our everyday stories and our experiences, just like I did now. Our little Silk Road biking group weaved the stories that we had learned from village to village, town to town, city to city, and person to person, and put it all across. These stories completely changed what we thought about these countries. Misconceptions and stereotypes exist everywhere within our world today. Growing up as an immigrant in the Middle East, I was told by my Indian community that I should not interact with the Arab community. The media that I was exposed to also told me the same. I was confused. I was born in Chennai, but I did not know where home really was. I did not know which side to pick, or whether I should pick a side at all. So, both the communities that I was part of were pitted against each other. So, what really actually caused all of these kinds of crazy misconceptions and stereotypes when nothing major really happened between these whole continents? We all played a game of telephone. You know, where you whisper a word or phrase to the person next to you, and it keeps going on and on until the person in the end tells us what they initially heard. The stories that one person shares evolves over time. And these stories go from thousands and thousands and thousands of whisperers. Our media today is a game of telephone. So instead of playing this game of telephone, I decided to do a little experiment. We decided to conduct impact evaluations of the stories that we shared across our social media platforms. We wanted to understand what change of perception people had when they read our stories versus after. The results were astounding. Just 1 or 2 stories that we had shared on Facebook changed someone's perception from negative terms like scary or dangerous to more positive terms like beautiful and hospitable. If one story can reshape how we think about an entire nation, then we're missing out on millions of them. So this is what I'm asking you to do. Every time you travel, every time you meet somebody new, learn about their stories. Learn about who they are, where they come from, and what caused them to be there with you right then. These stories, if told with the right intentions, can reshape how we think about our entire world. So let's play a completely new game of telephone. Let's not whisper the stories that we hear from each other. Let's shout. Let's be vocal. Let's be open about the stories that we learn about every day. And these stories can reshape just not your own community, but how we look at the world and how much more globalized it can become. Stereotypes and misunderstandings are what lead to animosity, peace, lack of war, and a lack of peace. So let's play this new game of telephone by sharing everyone's story one at a time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kesava. That was a riveting speech. Now it's time to announce a lot of our raffle winners. So we have a lot of items out here. We're going to be doing them one by one. So the first category that we're going to be doing it in is the electronics category. So we're going to be announcing the drone, the Echo Dot, and the AirPods. All right, can everyone listen up so you don't miss the ticket number? All right, so the first item that we're going to be raffling off is this. All right, so Amanda's going to pick the ticket. So it looks like, okay, so we're going to read the numbers. So it's 689-3336. Anybody? Oh yeah, congrats! Yeah, so and I need you all to do me a favor for me. Every time we announce a raffle winner, you guys have to get very hyped for them, alright? Very hyped. Alright, so the next item will be